Hey there, it's Michael with Wildly Graceful. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Ruby. Ruby's our tow vehicle. She's a 2020 Toyota Off-Road Premium Venture package. Now, those of you looking at the various lines of the 4Runner, the 4Runner starts at kind of a base model, if you will, of an SRS. Still very capable, comes in 4x2 standard, so there you kind of are more of your mall runners. But if you do get the 4x4 model of that, it's pretty capable. We were personally looking for something that was a little more off-road capable, so for us, the models that we were looking at were at the very top, the TRD Pro. Then we were looking at the Off-Road Premium as well as the Venture package. Now the Venture package really only has a few changes. You get a little bit of a blackout on some of the door handles, and you get a Yakima basket rack. I personally really liked the blackout, and it was something that I was going to do anyway, so we opted for that. It also gives you some black rims versus the more chrome looking rims, so those were attractive to us. Other than that, this is essentially the Off-Road Premium, just with blackout and a rack. A few other little things. So we've made a few changes to her. We haven't really done anything with the suspension. We haven't gone crazy on tires. We haven't ripped off the bumper and put in a metal bumper with a winch. Initially we were going to do all of that, and then we decided we wanted to use her for RVing. The reason we wanted a four-wheel drive capable vehicle while RVing is oftentimes there's lots of Forest Service roads and such that we'd like to explore, and it's going to be a little hard to do that in your standard SUV. So 4Runner was a great option. Had about a 5,000 pound towing capacity. The Jeep Wranglers, even the higher ends of those, only tow 3,500. Really pretty unsafe to tow any type of a large trailer. The 16, 17 foot models even are too heavy for it. So you're really looking at more of an off-road kind of travel trailer, individual, maybe two people. Not what we wanted because we had kids. So that was our reasoning in going with her. We named her Ruby because she's red. I think the red and the black really look great together. It has a lot to do with our logos and such. For some of our lines of businesses are red and black, so it just all kind of really felt good to us. Let's show you around. Alrighty, starting from the back, you can see Ruby has the black, not fully blacked out, they're kind of like a black chrome rim on it. We found those very attractive. As you move up of the exterior, it's your standard 4Runner. Now the 2020 does have way more tech than the 2019, which also kind of went into our decision. You'll see that more when you get to the inside. What she doesn't have that I kind of wish one of these packages had, other than the TRD Pro, is any type of side running boards or any type of rock rails. So there is the possibility for frame damage right now, given her current situation. We're going to put some side steps on it, some rock rails, so that she is protected. So as you look at her again, the red and the black all the way through, great kind of metallic flake red. It's the only red that they offer, and it is really a good red. As you move towards the front of Ruby, kind of your standard 4Runner stance, kind of an aggressive look to it, really cool. Kind of that fake hood scoop, doesn't really do anything. It's not an actual hood scoop, but it does add to the looks for sure. You'll see that solid panel there in the front of the truck. That actually is your front crash avoidance system. So it's also your adaptive cruise control, which is very cool. So depending on your packages, you may or may not have that. That has gone off a couple times. You can adjust the sensitivity for us. Ours is kind of set to medium. It seems to be a little too far away, so we might adjust that. But it's good to have on there. Again, 2020s have that. Toyota starting to put more and more of their safety tech on all of their packages. So as you get closer to the bumper area, that black piece is black on the Venture and not silver. You'll see the blacked out Toyota logo as well. Moving around, again, nothing really differentiated here in the Venture package other than that really cool Yakima rack. That's very functional, and you can obviously take it off. I did add a Yoda sticker. It's a running joke in the Toyota community, right? Instead of Toyota, it's Toyota. So we're going to Yoda her out a little bit. We got a couple of stickers inside that we're going to put on her. We're also going to give her some Toyota fangs. If you're not sure what those are, once we do the application of those, I will share that. And then the back of her, she has a towing package. Again, they tow about 5,000 pounds. So she's pretty wired for sound. She's got a full-size spare. We actually have had to use that. She has about 2,500 miles on her in less than a month. We've really been putting her through the paces. We wanted to do that before we do a review. You can see the up-down arrows next to 4Runner. That is for the back window, which does go up and go down. And the spare tire, we actually ran about 1,000 miles of Forest Service road. Absolutely no problems with her. And then coming up the freeway, we got hit by a nail and it took us out, and we had to use the spare tire. So let's go inside, check a look. Starting in the rear cargo area, only 2 rows of seats is probably the first thing that you notice, which for us is fine. Lots of storage in the back. We have the all-weather floor mats that really are nice. We can just sweep them out or wash them off at the car wash. We really like that. Couple things that we added a first aid kit, obviously. This cargo net was an ad. We'll post an affiliate link down below if you're interested. It's really good. It clips in down below, so it's really secure in the bed of the truck. And it's got a compartment that you can put things in and they don't roll around like groceries. We also used an Instacrate. Instacrate holds a lot of our other items, again, from keeping them from rolling around. You can see lots more storage over here on the side, as well as lots of power outlets, both different kinds. There is a 400 watt regular power outlet, as well as a cigarette lighter power outlet. Looking through the center, lots of visibility from the driver's seat. We have no trouble looking out the back of her, unless we have Stella, our travel trailer, behind us, and then the side mirrors on that are actually pretty good. Stella's about 8 feet wide, and she can see pretty well around her. Looking up at the tailgate, one of the things that I really enjoy is it's got kind of this tailgate party appeal to it. She's got 2 speakers in the back of her tailgate. So this does not have the premium super high deluxe stereo system on it, but here you can sit and you can hang out on the tailgate like I'm doing, sitting down, and there you have your speakers playing music for you. It's really cool to just hang out on the back of your 4Runner and enjoy the beautiful surroundings. And here I happen to be in the Cave Creek recreation area, which has tons of mountains, hiking, horseback riding. It's absolutely gorgeous up here. Let's go take a look inside the driver compartment. Entering the back seat area, we have 2 teenagers, 17 years old. They fit really well back here. We've had adults back here, plenty of room, lots of comfort, good seats. You can see we have our little camera bag in there right now, but generally there's lots of room and lots of connections and such. Down here you'll see they each have a USB connection in the center console, as well as a couple small air conditioning vents. You might go, oh, that's not enough air conditioning. There's not any air conditioning coming from the ceiling area. You are correct. The front air really blows. I mean, we're in Arizona. It's often 110, 115, and this car cools down very, very quickly. We really like the red stitching in the seats. You can kind of see that there. It just adds a really nice accent, happens to go with the red color, so that's appreciated. We've talked about maybe putting in some red seat belts. That might be a little bit of overkill. Again, the red stitching continues on into the door, which is also very, very cool. as you move into the driver's compartment, standard 4Runner switches up here on the top for your windows. You do have the ability to lock out your windows. It's a 4Runner, folks. It's not supposed to have a ton of tech. Some people go, oh, it doesn't have all the technology. My wife has a car that has a digital dash and all this stuff. That's awesome. It's a different type of vehicle. This is extremely 4-wheel drive capable, and still has lots of amenities in it. Again, the red stitching, nice driver side bolster, so as you're cruising around out there, you don't feel like you're getting knocked around. Nice accents in the center console. We'll show you a couple things in the center console that we did. Great radio control, so you can change your station. It does come equipped with a satellite radio. I've found that the mic audio and the audio for your phone is really good. Hang-up controls. Again, here's some of your crash avoidance items where you can set that. Also right here, you have the ability to manage your center console. When I turn this on, you'll see that the only digital display that you get really is that centerpiece in the center console, and honestly, it's enough. The whole dash doesn't really need to be digital. Over here you can see your mirror controls, your lighting controls, your auto high beam, your power switch to toggle between 100 watts and 400 watts, and your windshield washer, right? If you had the TRD Pro, you'd have some of your other lighting switches there. If you're going to add lights, these come in handy. There's one on each side that you can then add additional lights. Again, comes with the standard 4Runner mats that are all leather. So some of the things inside that we really enjoy, I'm going to actually turn on a light just so that you guys can get a better view. There we go. So some of this center console takes a lot more explaining than we're going to do in this video. This is obviously the moonroof. A lot of people say, oh, does the moonroof open all the way and slide all the way back? It does not. It just pops open. It's still really nice. Here you kind of have your light switch, whether you want your interior lights just off all the time or you want them sensitive to when your doors are open. Your standard garage door remote controls. For those of you that are going to program these, it does require a remote. It's not the type that you push the learn button on the actual garage door opener. It does require the remote, at least for ours. Here you have your skid control, your A-track, your wheel locks. Again, I'm not going to go into all the 4-wheel drive stuff. We'll do a separate video of 4-wheel drive stuff. But right here, these are really good for off-road. It really contributes to making the 4Runner absolutely a beast off-road. Crawl control, again, if you don't know what this is, don't turn it on and don't start playing with it. You can drop your transmission if you don't do this correctly, but this will automatically crawl and sense your wheel spin. It's a really cool feature on the 4Runners, and this is your terrain control depending on the amount of terrain control you want. Again, separate video coming on that. It's pretty complex. Just there's some, you got to be in 4-wheel drive low, you have to be in a certain gear range when you turn it, so we'll cover that separately. Auto dimming on your rear view mirror, which is nice. Emergency SOS system, so if you press that, it will connect you to an OnStar type service that Toyota has. Here we added this cool little phone control holder. It charges our phone, it holds our phone, and then our phone is connected to Apple CarPlay, just because we have an Apple. If you have a Google device, it'll connect there as well. Lots of really cool controls. I find they're kind of rubber on the outside. I find them easy to grab and turn and adjust. It's Arizona, so obviously air conditioning's on all the time. We don't really need to mess with it. It's always on max air, and we're constantly blowing air. Down below, just lots of cubbies, really cool cup holders with nice inserts. You can also pull these out and have a larger insert or take them into clean. and you can get those replaced as well. Your 4x switch, obviously, where you can change gears. Really nice shifter. Doesn't say TRD Pro. If you buy a TRD Pro, it'll say TRD Pro. The Venture doesn't have that. And then kind of just some nice storage space here. Again, another cup holder. Heated seats. Yeah, we don't really use these in Arizona, but if we did, boy, that'd be great. But we don't use those. And then down here, you'll see your rear window auto control up and down. So only thing we really added was this. I really like it. It keeps my phone centered, doesn't block my other console. And then if we are to switch, sorry, I'm just going to switch a few things around, and we started looking into the center console here, you can see that we did add this tray. Fits rather nicely. It's aftermarket, and it goes right inside of the center console area. If you are to look into the center console area, you can see that it's got yet another outlet, some coin storage, and then up here we've got some really cool like notepad holders and pen holders. So really well designed for a center console. A lot of them, they're just big holes, and you know, then you gotta like figure out, okay, well, I don't have anything that's just a big block to put in there, so then you're left kind of figuring it out. So Toyota did a really nice job. We're going to go ahead and start her up because it's already about 98 degrees out here. So we'll get the air conditioning going, and then I can show you the screen. Has a really nice starting system to it. You just put your foot on the brake, you touch engine start, and it starts itself. So there's none of that, you know, with the key where you're overstarting or grinding or such, none of that. And then as we come back here and start to look at it again, your screen, sorry, I'm gonna get rid of that. Your screen obviously has a home screen, which is your Toyota based products, right? Again, you have satellite radio included, 3 months for free with your purchase. I just happen to be plugged into my phone, so it's picking up my Apple CarPlay. And then you have navigation. Their navigation's not the best, probably. It's a little hard to use. I found it pretty accurate. You can see it knows where I am, even though I'm kind of off the beaten path up here. It's a little interesting to try to use. It does come with destination assistance. If you hit that, somebody will actually come on and will help you, and they'll help you in a concierge kind of way. It does have an emergency button where you can get some emergency services. You can enter in a specific address, a point of interest, or contacts. And then audio. It has pretty good audio in this case. It's Bluetooth to my phone, so it's picking up songs that happen to come with the Apple phone. All right. Going back to home, Apple CarPlay, if you're not familiar with it, you don't really need the Sirius by using Apple CarPlay. Apple CarPlay will get you all of your Apple apps right here on your phone. So you can see various apps that I have that just happen to be available to me on my screen as well, because we're linked. Down here, the recirc button, nothing great. I didn't cover that earlier, so I just thought I'd mention it. And then down here, this is a brake controller. It's aftermarket. Again, it's for our trailer. If we want some trailer brakes while we're going, we just squeeze that and we get some trailer brakes to help slow down the truck. She tows really, really well. The trailer's about 3,000 pounds, probably at about 400 or 500 in additional stuff that we put in it. So we're probably at about 3,500, and then her towing capacity is about 5,000. So there you have it. That's the 2020 Venture. We love it. We call her Ruby. She tows Stella, and we go on adventures. So hopefully you enjoyed our tour of Ruby. And if you have questions, Michael and Jen at wildlygraceful.com. Happy to answer any questions you have if you're in the market and thinking about one. We really love her, as evidenced by 2,500 miles in less than a month. So Have a great day. Thank you.